on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe. Arm in arm we go, off for Mary's wedding. Over hillways, up and down, myrtle green and bracken brown, past the shilling through the town, all for sake of Mary. Cabinteely on we go, heel for heel and toe for toe. Arm in arm we go, off for Mary's wedding. Plenty herring, plenty meal, plenty pig to fill her creel, plenty bonny bairns as well, that's the toast for Mary. On we go,
Oh, my friends, how are you all doing? I'm trying to juggle a bunch of things here because, you know, I stream like once every quarter or every 6 months or something like that. But there are 20 people here. How are you doing in the chat? And I know you can't see my face right now. I'm working on that, my friends. Can you actually hear me is my first question. I had to let the song finish, Adam. I mean, come on now. All right. I know there's a delay when I say howdy doody. Yes, you guys can hear me. Okay, great stuff. Great stuff. So, my first question, as you can see on the screen, I know you can't see me, but my first question for you all in the chat. My first question. What is the most creative punishment that you can come up with for Birmingham City for outright mugging Jack Grealish? I want to know what this here. In the chat. Let's see it. Let's see. I'm going to wait for you to start typing away. See you later, lot. Understand? Anthony Vogel, if you've not... Oh, hello. Something just happened. I don't know what it was, but a loud thing just happened, and it's not showing up on my Streamlabs. Okay. Anthony. I kind of want to just like have you go look it up real quick. But I think we'll just tell you instead. And that is Birmingham City played Aston Villa today. Or Aston Villa. This is what happens. I heard that on the Total Soccer show the other day. They messed it up. Anyway, big derby game. And a Birmingham City fan came out of the stands onto the pitch, kind of not all the way out to the 18-yard box, but like kind of from the corner in, and came up behind Jack Grealish and straight up like pounded him in the side/back of the head, like physically assaulted him. And I tell you what, I give it to the Aston Villa players because they did not react. Like, I don't think I could have contained myself if I were his teammate seeing that happen. Like, that guy's lucky he didn't lose all of his teeth to like someone's boot, because he straight up popped him upside the head, like sucker punched him. Like, that's something where I mean, I know there's rivalries and all, but like, come on, man. You know, like that's a step too far for me. Obviously, I know I'm being bold by saying physically assaulting a player on the pitch is a step too far. That's unbelievable, unbelievable to me. That I literally cannot believe that. So, you know, there needs to be some sort of a punishment for that. What do you think the punishment should, like, obviously, I think the guy needs to go to, like, 30 days. You go sit your butt in jail for 30 days. And then I've also had, like, seen on Twitter people saying, like, Birmingham City may get, obviously, fined for not controlling their crowd. Maybe having to play behind closed doors. Like, that was on NBC Sports Network on their Premier League in between halftime of the Liverpool game. Yay. Said that they should have, like, 3 games where they can't have any fans and get, like, a points deduction. So I want to see... I want to hear from you. What, with something like that, what should be done? Season ticket for West Brom. Oh, man. Is there any worse punishment than living in Birmingham? I don't know. I'm not familiar. It's got to be assault for me. Like, I didn't know what it was called in the UK, but here that's like straight up assault, right? Like, if you hit somebody correctly in the back of the head, like, you could end their career. You could like seriously injure them, right? Like, that's not like just, oh yeah, you hit him. And it could have, like, what if the guy had like a razor blade, like the Turkish 3rd Division the other week? You know, like, I just, man. And the guy, like, he gets tackled eventually, and the steward is, like, breaking his arm as he walks off in his other hand. He's, like, cheering, or I don't know if he's cheering or doing this or whatever, but it's like, dude, like, come on. He might get banned for life. And that's my question, okay? And I know we are going to get to actually playing FM, but I think this is, like, this happened today, and I think it's kind of a big deal. Like, how do they go about banning folks from football matches? Like, I've seen that mentioned, like, he's going to get a lifetime ban or whatever. Like, how... Is there a way in the UK to, like, make sure he doesn't go to a football match? Like, how does that happen? It continued, Anthony, and in perfect retribution, Jack Grealish scored the only goal of the game, and Aston Villa won. So, like, I mean, I am so impressed with him to get attacked from the side, get knocked down, and not to pop back up to defend yourself, and your teammates to kind of like not immediately retaliate. I thought was super, like, composure attribute 20 for that entire team. It was unbelievable. The club should get deducted points anyway. A game without fans, at least, and a money fine. Okay. ID blacklist. So, okay. Anders, is that something where when you go into the stadium, like, they're checking everyone's ID against, like, some list? Is that a thing? Here, it's like, if you've got a ticket, they scan the ticket, you're in most sporting events, at least in my experience. I don't go to a lot of sporting events, but in my experience, as long as you've got a paid ticket and your ID isn't, like, your form of payment, like if you pay with a credit card, would be associated with the ticket, but you could have given that ticket to a friend or something like that. So how do you prevent that? I just thought it was absolutely crazy. What's the standard procedure when handling pitch invaders in the U.S.? Well, that was the thing. Like, I did that video. So when they did the, whatever it was called, the International Champions Cup over here over the summer, which is like the bring all the big teams, but they play all their B and C players for the most part. And it's a marketing thing. And Dortmund played. And there was after the game, that there was some kid that jumped out of the stands and like weaved through a bunch of people because he wanted to meet Christian Pulisic because he's American and, you know, whatever. The kid was like, I don't know, 11, 12, if I remember correctly. And I still think it was inappropriate. Like, the pitch is supposed to be a safe place, right? Like, what if that kid slips and falls on his way to, like, sprinting to Christian Pulisic and, like, hits him from the side and wrecks his knee, right? Unintended consequences. So I think, I haven't seen a ton of that, Anthony. I think usually it's, like, on your ticket, it says, like, you will be arrested. So what happens after that? I'm sure it just kind of depends. Deducting points is a bit harsh to the whole club for one idiot. But, like, couldn't you make the argument that it's incentive to have enough stewards so that someone can't, like, it wasn't like Grealish had, like, jumped the advertising board and was, like, cheering with the fans or, like, you know, whatever, doing this to the Birmingham City fans, and then the guy, like, socked him. Like, the guy got onto the pitch and ran, like, 10 yards, 15 yards, like, enough where if they had enough folks that you'd say, like, somebody should have gotten to it, right? And maybe the other player, like, maybe the Birmingham City players and the Aston Villa players were like, oh, this guy's just gonna, like, run through. Like, no one really reacted until, like, they see him, like, rise up and punch him in the head. Pavlos, you're like 9 minutes. We've been talking about this thing right here. So, you know, maybe they thought he was just gonna do, like, the typical, like, the guy running on the pitch, you know, whatever. Hey, I'm gonna strip naked and run around, yay! Or I'm interrupting the game, until, like, he socked it. But that's right, that there's incentive for the club to say, like, we have enough people around, especially in a big derby, right? That's apparently, I'm not as familiar, that's the local derby. You should be ready for that, like, be ready for insanity, right? But that, I don't know. I don't know if points is valid or not. Like, is that too harsh? I don't know what the precedent being set is, but I think you kind of have to send a message that, like, that never is allowed, right? Like, so that the next idiot goes, oh, yeah, my mates might punch me in the face if I, you know, whatever, right? If I tried it. Okay, let's see what else. I'm looking at the comments here. Bans are a thing. If somebody was banned, they get called to the local police station when the game is playing and watch it from there. But, okay, Marius, but, like, what if you're, like, out of town? So, like, how does that work? The punishment is actually watching Birmingham, Gordon. They have facial recognition cameras. And I guess they're that fast. Like, I'm not as familiar. Okay. Okay, you're saying that normally it's punished with a fine. Fine, okay. Fine makes sense. Players on the field should be kick 7 shades out of the invader. I think that's I actually agree with Gordon. I think that would be not hilarious, but, like, you come on the pitch and attack me, it is free reign, bro. Like, I've got cleats or like whatever, what studs on the bottom of my boots, and I'm going to town on you, and my teammates are going to hold you down, you know, like and the stewards are going to take their time coming to help you, you know, like that's just like it's just you can't have that. Is there anything about the attacker being drunk? I feel like some people wouldn't. I would, Emmett. I hope you would hope the guy was drunk, right? I haven't read anything about that. It's not like I've been hitting refresh on Twitter. If you're in a different town, you do something like an affidavit. If they find you at the game, you get in worse trouble after that. Okay, okay. So kind of like there's like a checks and balance, Marius. And Neil, I agree. Yeah, like they could have easily have reacted, and then it's like all of a sudden it's the Aston Villa fans or players' fault. But like, dude, like you assault my teammate. Good luck, vigilante justice. Okay, that's I just thought that was interesting, so I thought we'd spend the first little bit of the stream talking about it because like that is just absolutely nutting. A fan just ran onto the pitch at Arsenal. Man U, are you serious? What happened? Oh, it's 2-0. Hashtag spoilers. Shove Smalling. So like this is why I think this is why the FA has to send a signal, right? Because if you don't send the message that this is completely unacceptable, and not only will you get punished, but your club is going to get severely punished, then you get like the copycatters who are like, well, you know, they didn't do anything to that guy, you know. All right. Let me find my. I titled this image in my Streamlabs "mugging" because obvious things. Here we go, my friends. It's been a minute since we've streamed. Hopefully some of you enjoyed the music that we played to start. And I apologize if you ever once in a while you may hear my dog barking. It's a beautiful day here. It has been raining so much that like places in my town have been flooding, and it's been absolutely insane. And it's like this is the first sunny day we've had in like a week. And so all the kids are out, you know, in the cul-de-sac of the street playing, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm here talking with you all, which is what I'd rather be doing anyway, if we can be honest with ourselves. I've been through worse as a kid, pelting the rival bus and the referees with rocks, getting tear gas thrown in the stands and so on, never invaded the pitch. Snowing in Scotland. Yeah, wasn't there a game called off? I thought I saw that. There was some game that just got called off. Maybe it was Hibs. All right, so hopefully you all saw the video that led you here to talk about what's going on with the save. So just to kind of recap, and I'm going to try and do my best. I don't stream a lot, so I'm trying to keep. I got chat over here, and I got the game here, so I'm trying to keep up with you guys. We did not make the Europa League. I think that is a flaw in FM. That the board went ahead and added 12 grand to our budget, because it said we'd made the Europa League, but the FAI Cup final hadn't happened, and we weren't in it, and essentially, if we come back here to the stages, we were in fourth, and so we would have needed Shamrock, Cork City, or St. Pat's to have won it to open up that fourth spot, and we were not. They were not in. It was between somebody. I don't even remember, to be honest with you. Maybe Waterford and Dundalk. And so we are not in the Europa League. But the board went ahead and doubled our doubled, you know, whatever, 70% increase in our wage budget. And so that's where we're at. And so I asked for comments, and you guys said, let's go for, like, it was really great because I had forgotten that you could be the Irish national team manager at the same time as being a club manager, because I've not done that before. All the times that I've done international management, it's been like I didn't have a club or anything like that. And so we took that option and said, like, ha! Football Manager just crashed. Are you serious? Are you serious? I have not streamed in a long time, and I go to stream and the game crashes. Talk amongst yourselves in chat, I guess. Perfect. Perfect. Let me get it reloaded here. So we kind of went, okay, let's go all out. And I'm not saying I want to spend all the transfer budget, but like if we got wage budget and transfer budget, I'm not going to shy away from it, right? And then that was kind of the feedback. The overwhelming response in the comments was like, one last run. See if you can make the Champions League, or make a good run, you know, maybe the season after that and the Europa League, something like that. And so that's what we're going to try and do. But at the same time, we're going to be managing the Irish national team. I am getting it pulled back up here. Hold on a second. Yeah, what a way, right? Perfect. I mean, I haven't had a... That makes me nervous, to be honest with you. I have not had a game crash. I mean, I don't know if I've had one in FM19. That is a first. That is a first. So what the goal of today's stream, as a reminder... Okay, I got to get this pulled back up. Oh, you've got to be absolutely... Oh, was that it? There it goes. It just took a second. I thought I was going to have to end the stream and then restart it, and I was going to be very upset, Panda. Nega, that's a really good perspective, that it could have happened in the middle of a game. So, props, you know, at least... this has never happened before. Oh, man. So, I need your help, because I would like to come... I'm not a tactician. Like, I like scouting and picking up good players, but I try and just, like, play people in their best positions. I mean, I put some thought into it. I'll be honest with you. Viking Dan's tweeted something the other day that said that he had recently learned that the shape, like where they play, is the defensive position, and the role you give them is the attacking position. Like where they, when you've got the, obviously when you've got the ball, but like they still come back to playing a wing back. And the roles are when you have the ball and you're attacking. And like, I was like, oh, that makes sense. But I had not actually, like, that light bulb hadn't gone off in my head. And so as a review here of the players we have brought in or are bringing in. So we are trialing, I'm going to call him DJ because, or DJed, like, that's interesting. Because I think he would make a pretty good, he and Gary would make good rotation options. I do like Gary, but he's got the physicals and slightly better technicals than Gary Martin, who we signed, who's the 22-year-old, whose technicals are not nearly as good. But I just go like, man, if we put him on attack, and just like, run, Gary, run, like surely his crossing and all that would improve. So that's our right back situation. We brought in Ethan Galbraith, who's a midfielder. Central midfield support role, can play the box-to-box if I tell him not to shoot as much, because his long shots is an 8 and his finishing is a 6. That's probably where we'll use him, but he's our best midfielder. George Marsh is like I picked him up to be a defensive midfielder / central midfielder on defend, kind of the Kieran Wiltshire situation, but he could also play ball-winning midfielder. And then Jordan Davies is going to be our left back. He's going to replace Bernard. Bernard's going to become the backup because he's slightly better, right? From star rating, and we're paying him for it. So, let's see here. Did I move my clocks ahead? Yes, I did, Jeremy. I moved them ahead last night. Just wonder what the FM situation is. Do they have him in game? If that DJ guy is good, nickname him Jedi or even the Jedi. Okay, I like it. Let's go back here. So that's the ends. So when you look at the star ratings, right, we have Terry Blade and Gary Hayes Ward that we have to figure out how to use, right? We've been trying to train Gary Hayes Ward on complete forward. He's not really improved. I don't know if it's just going to magically appear one day. So I tend to play him more as a target man because, well, he's 6'3" and 16 jumping reach and 14 heading. It's kind of what he does, right? But Gavin Wilkinson has been our... He's 22. Should he start? I mean, his physicals are not nearly as good as Terry Blade's. So if we're doing a one striker system, let me kind of give you the Terry up here. Terry, I think, is better. So should we start Terry? Because then I'm afraid we're going to make Gavin upset. Let's just kind of see what that looks like. You know, and put Gary Hayes Ward on the bench, but they're all on key player contracts. So that's a bit of an issue. We got Daniel Thompson on the left. He can play. He knows the winger, but he doesn't know the attacking midfield winger. But he's going to have to learn it. He's resolute. And I like him there. You know, he could theoretically play inside forward over here. Theoretically, you know, if you put him on the support role, he's definitely he's much better as just use him on the wing. Like, just tell him to run around a lot, use him on the wing. Danny Lloyd on the right could play, if we played like a 4-2-3-1, theoretically could play here in like a playmaker role and not have to run as much. So should we do that, you know, or like no, he doesn't know Unganch. He's not a shadow striker. So should we play Danny there versus on the right? Okay. And on the right, but on the right, that leaves us essentially nobody. Like Brandon, but he would have to be a winger because he's right-footed. Let's look here. We've got Galbraith, and I didn't. Obviously, we know Harry White, and I kept Harry because obviously he's very good. But he could play a deep line playmaker here if we played like a 3 in the middle, with like a DM of some sort, or just a flat 3, or again, if somebody else is taking the attacking midfield role, that kind of gives us 3 midfielders. But he also can play in a pinch an inverted winger or wingback on the right side. And then Jordan Davies, Erich Collins, and Gary Martin. It depends on if the other guy that we're trialing comes in as well. Because right now we got Gary. I do still have Simon Madden as part of the team because I want to see if that guy that is going to accept the trial and the contract. Joel, you're saying play a 4-4-2 with Harry, I can't even get it out. With Hayes Ward and a Blade up top. Pavlos a 3-4-1-2. So are you guys saying like abandon the wings? Like put Daniel Thompson back in like his left wing and play Lloyd on. Well, we don't really have a right winger is the issue. I mean, we got Harry White can play. His best role on the right wing is like an advanced playmaker or a wide playmaker, as it were. 3-4-1-2 has not worked out. We tried that, Pavlos. I'm open to it. Like if we could get it to work, I'm totally open to it. I'm also open to playing like a 5-3-2 or, you know, some variety of that and playing somebody as a wingback. Like we could put Davies and Martin up on the wingback roles to kind of give us that width and utilize our really good center backs. But then I feel it takes a little bit of, you know, the attacking thrust out because then we just got 2 guys up top, right? Or like a 5-2-1-2, you know, if we play an attacking midfielder. And, okay, you're saying my wingback's kind of like crossing. Yeah, 8 and 9 is our best, and that would be here, right? Any wingbacks that can cross at all? Well, let me just kind of go to the team report. Wait, let's do this to kind of give you an idea. So, no. I mean, like, Harry White as an inverted has a 7, right? So, like, our best over here is Davies with an 8. So, that doesn't really work, right? Like, we've got really good midfielders. So, Jeremy, you're saying do this? Play some combination of these 3 up top, somebody in the middle. Like that? Or should we flip this and play like a 4-1-3-2 and tell the wingbacks to just give us our width and to get up and down the pitch, but not to cross as much? Like, is that an option? Because, I mean, Lloyd is okay, but like what happens when he goes down, right? Our next best option is Galbraith, and I mean, he doesn't really know it. O'Reilly would be perfect. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, we could try and break the bank, right? Like, what would that be? If we adjusted our budget, we don't have enough money. Yeah, we don't have enough money. They want like $850,000 for O'Reilly. Okay, Nega, you're saying 4-3-1-2 might work since your midfield is quite strong, but you need speedy fullbacks. We have speedy fullbacks. That is something I feel like we have. I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong here. I mean, I 15 and 12, I feel like for this level is pretty speedy. And then on the right, 14 and 13, and a really good stamina to keep that up. Jeremy saying 4-3-1-2 attacking adjusted to a 4-1-3-2 with DM to defend. Like if we're like trying to defend a lead or playing against a better team, is that what you mean? Or I guess what do you mean there? Keep 2 strikers, ditch the AMC, 2 wingers, 2 midfielders, backup striker. Okay. Okay, so let me just kind of show what this would look like here. 4-1-3-2 DM. Oh, no, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean at all. Something like that. And put the fullbacks on... Would you put them on fullback or wingback? And would you put them on like attack? Or like support and tell them not to cross as much since they're not good at it? Because I feel like this plays more to our strengths. Haysward as a target man, you should cross the ball, but your wingbacks can't. That's why I think a 4-4-2 should work if you sign a right mid. So if I had a right mid, so that's an if. Definitely narrow. I should have. I regret doing this because I've already told the groundsman to leave it as the standard size pitch because maybe we could like shrink the pitch a little bit. Fullbacks on auto. Okay. So would you play it like this? Also, good system is 4-1-2-1-2. So like 4-1-2 in the middle, like a diamond. So you're saying, well, okay. Let's just see. Ole Place, thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the movie. So you're saying Wilkinson and Haysward as a target man. Captain, how you doing? 3 strikers need to play. Your wingers are not as good. So something like that. With Danny Lloyd here. Hey, Rivlud. Sorry, my words. So we can play this 4-4-2 diamond, but you're also saying, okay, hold on, because I was playing with some stuff here. Something like this. Is Danny Lloyd good here? Lloyd is okay. I mean, he is pretty technical, so I kind of like that, right? If you play, would you play him as an advanced playmaker, or would you play him? I mean, I feel like attacking midfielder uses all of his good. I look for the green things, and it doesn't require more agility or anything else. So, and it gives him the ability to finish. So, should we put him on like something like that? Who's our best? Yeah, Marsh is the best DM-ish person. His passing's not great, so I wouldn't play him in like a deep line playmaker. Okay, you guys are saying the diamond's not great this year. Barry, is there anything to be said for a balls out 4-3-3? Like put all 3 strikers on and play 3 in the middle? Okay. I'd go with the diamond, except your CMs are a little wider and bring them AM back if needed and DM forward if needed. You prefer the Gegenpress with wingers. This is like, what's comforting is that this is all the stuff that I was going through. Like, we are experiencing this together. It's not like, there's not like, it makes me feel better that there's not consensus. It also doesn't help that there's not consensus, but it makes me feel better because like everybody's going like, well, you could do this or you could do that, or you could do this. Well, I like this better, or this system doesn't work a lot this year, or whatever. So like, I appreciate that. He's thinking more 4-2-4 with the wing play part. Because we've... Could we train into these guys to be like inside forwards? Like, do they even kind of have a hint of it? Hayes Ward, but I mean, they can't cross. I was just thinking like a 4-3-3, but wide. AMC's give you one of kids, most of them seem to spawn there. So you would do something like, I guess I could just do this. Instead of Lloyd, we play... I mean, I'm not saying in these specific roles, but like getting our best players on the pitch. Okay. 2 strikers on key player, got to start them for morale and team chemistry. I could drop them to like first team. I don't know how that's going to go. If we did something like... This seems defensive. That's the only thing. I think this gets our best players on the pitch. The 4-1-3-2 or flipping it to the 4-3-1-2 gets our best players on the pitch. But how do you make it attacking to where we're not just like sitting back? Do they not learn how to cross the ball? Apparently not, right? Because with this system, right? If we have Marsh, White, Fox, Galbraith all in, that is by far our 4 best mid players. It does leave out Daniel Thompson. He would miss out. We could put him up here. But it would get, aside from Terry Blade, who's on rotation free, you know, is quite good. I'm not saying he's not good. I think he's a good rotation in off the bench kind of player. Then, you know, this gets our best players on the pitch. Is that worth it? I mean, again, with Daniel Thompson on the bench. Okay, so okay, let's go back. You guys are saying instruct some of the midfielders to run forward. So so let's work through this system here, and then we can come up, because I want to have more than one. What would you play? Or would you have it? Should we just do a clean slate? Let's actually do a clean slate, and then you guys can tell me what you want to do. Right? Do we use one of the box tactics? Like out of the box is what I meant. Like, so control, gegenpress, whatever. And then what roles? And we can kind of talk through, once we have the idea, like, do we want to play control? Do we want to play something else? We can look at how those, like, what fits in terms of what our players can play. Scrap everything and build the team around Zach. Barry, I like it. I like it. Zach O'Neal, central midfielder on attack. Go for it, son. Oh, I'm glad to know there is a Zach O'Neal fan club. I love me some Zach. So what do we think? So you're saying wing backs on automatic. I like Erich in the cover role down here. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I like that he's got the pace for it. So should he be on cover or defend? Zach freaking O'Neal, the legend. It's all about the garage door fan club. I should put out a shirt with the garage door on it. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Line up offenders that go up pants. That whole team takes PKs. With midfielders going forward and pacing wingbacks, I tend to use their DMC as an anchor man. Could I use Marsh as a DM and just tell him to, like, not get forward, to, like, hold position? That may be one of the things it says anyway. I always personalize here. Yeah, it's already on hold position. So is that good enough? I'm going to tell him to take fewer risks because his passing is an 8 and his vision is a 7. So we don't want him giving the ball away. Collins, actually, should Collins be on cover? Maybe not. White. What is the roaming playmaker any good? I feel like it utilizes a lot of his good skills. It kind of we already have 3 other players in the midfield. It would kind of give him freedom to run around if we did that in more of a support role, right? So, what's it say? Driving forward with the ball to spearhead attacks, tracking back to cover defensively, always offering a passing option to teammates, high intensity, pick the ball up in deep positions, work forward with urgency, all while keeping up a play. Is that I think that's I like that role. I don't know if it goes on the right or the, like, he's definitely left-footed, so probably not him there. Galbraith is right-footed, so let's switch him. Fox is left only. Okay, well, what about this? What if we put the roaming playmaker in the middle? And he's kind of like that central focal point. Galbraith could play just like a box-to-box or support. I kind of like box-to-box. I don't know. It's just a preference thing. And we tell him, get further forward. What do you think? And then to shoot less often because he's not very good at that. And then Fox, what does the Fox say? Mark II. Does he also do a box-to-box, or does he play just like a more... Should I put Fox on the box-to-box and I definitely tell him... I mean, long shots 11, but he can't finish. That's interesting. Put Fox, because he knows the role, like, naturally. And then we could put Galbraith on support. Okay, Joel, you're saying Galbraith is a deep line playmaker. Even though we already have a roaming playmaker, I feel like that misses out on some of his, like, physicality. Like, I want to use some of that if we can. Maybe put him on attack. Like, what if we did that and then that? Get further forward, shoot less often. Attack. And then Zach O'Neal can play either of the positions on the outside because he's got the box to... We played him in a box-to-box. I'm not saying he knows it perfectly. And then he could play on attack or support on the central midfield side. What do we want the keeper to do? So this comes back to, like, what is this going to be, right? Is this control? Like, are we sitting deep? Are we pressing? Something in between? Are we just playing, like, standard line, everything standard, and see how it goes? That's where I have questions. Because we only have 2 people on attack right now. So I kind of want to put Galbraith in attack, so he's got the roaming playmaker with him, and he could pass it to him. What do you guys in the comment or the chat think? Work rate versus passing should determine if pressing or control. Okay. Why am I? Why, hold on. Well, okay. Let's stick with the 11 we got here. Work rate, what? 11, 11, 6, 16, 11, 12, 16, 10, 14, 10, 10. So was that like an average of like 11? Something like that. And then passing is lower. So pressing is what you're saying, Anders? Because our passing is not as good. Let's go back and look at some of the other technical things. So like marking is also, so like we shouldn't tightly mark. Like that's what makes me nervous about pressing. Like it pulls us out of position, but like we are really bad at marking, so maybe just run at them. And tackling is, I mean, I guess from the defensive aspect, like from the DM back is all right. So do we just run at them and get stuck in? Like standard line, just slightly more urgent. Don't tighter mark, get stuck in, and keep our defensive width standard. I'll wait for you all to comment there. But I mean, we've been playing Boston in some sort of sweeper role. I mean, he's got the attributes, I think, to do the attack. But if we're not going to be playing like if we're not going to be playing with like gegenpressing with a very high line, that's where I found him to be useful. Is like we push that line way up, and therefore our keeper can come out of the box and like clean up, you know, balls that come through and all that kind of stuff. So do we leave him on more like of a support role? Jeremy, are you like you're watching back the main part of the stream when I first started, because you're like 45 minutes behind? Yeah, hard to make a tactic when they're shite at everything. Oh, they're shite at everything, lads. Even though he doesn't know this role as well, he's got the attributes for it, right? Oop. Support. I mean, the composure might make you a tad nervous. Maybe we'll punt defend. I don't know. Oh yeah, he won't know. So do we do anything in possession? I mean, focus play through the middle. Sorry guys, I gotta put a user in timeout. That's first time I've had to do that. That's weird. Welcome to the future, Jeremy. Oh, that is hilarious. All right. Balance. Do we do anything here? Damn, I'm still poor. Do we pass into space? Hello, Gutenberg21 from Brazil. Or do we just leave it as simple as possible? Is that a thing? Pass into space? You like that? To let our pacey strikers run onto it? 11 and 14. I mean, they accelerate well. 11, 14, and 11 and 13. Okay. Would you, I mean, just leave it unbalanced? Let them rub into it. You mean, hopefully you mean run. He fixed it. There it is. Okay, keep it as simple as possible. Okay, so we'll leave the 4-1-3-2. That's an option. What are your thoughts on like playing a 5-3-2? Too much pressure typing. Should we play this against like big teams, or if we, make it back to the Europa League or something like that? You just pump the ball hoping Hayesward makes it work. So kind of like direct, just play it direct all the time. I think I'm going to switch this to being, gosh, there's not really any good options. We'll keep this. I'm going to clear this out. Do I have enough center backs to play the 5-3-2? I think so. We've got, let me just show you the center back options here. We got Josh Collins, Tierney, probably not. Adeyinka is a decent backup. Darren Walsh, I love just because he's been doing really well in training. Doherty, Erich, Joe Coveney, although we were trying to loan him out, and Charlie Rowan are kind of our options there. So we do have a good chunk of center backs. Is it senior Boz? A 4-4-1-1, like a 4-4-2, but with an attacking midfielder, or what? Because I know sometimes that if you have like this, it counts that as like a 4-4-1-1 of some variety. Oh, 4-1-4-1. Sorry. No, that's not what you meant, I guess. So, But then Senior Boz, that only gives us one of our three really good strikers on the pitch. And we don't really have an attacking midfielder. Danny Lloyd, I mean, yes, I guess we have one. Okay. We put Danny Lloyd up there. He's an option. But we don't, Anthony O'Reilly's not coming back. So I would like to have something that you like. Maybe we do like instead of the 5 here, we do something like. Well, this is going to be all kinds of jacked up, but when we need to rest somebody or something like that, we play like a 4-2-3-1. So we still got our 3 midfielders, but we got Lloyd here. But that's why originally when we first started the stream, I was like this, because we'll use Lloyd on the right and Thompson on the left. Or we can do, okay. Or we could do, this is all over the place now, but the 4-3-1-2 and play Lloyd there. Nice job, Code Breakers. You won the freaking World Cup with Ireland. That's awesome. Okay, now they're all out of sorts here. Hold on, let me get it reset. Okay, Fox went here. Like that. Fox, White, Galbraith. So keep it like this simple. Pass it into space. Get more urgent on your closing down and get stuck in. Is that what we're saying? Do we like this as like this is our main thing, and then other times we can switch to the 4-3-1-2 or potentially the 4-4-2? Is that how we like it? I think I like it. So my plan for this, I'm going to stream up until either 5 o'clock, which is 3 hours total, so we're almost an hour in. Or until we get to the first Ireland national team game, because I want to record that. Okay. Should we sign Tyler Brownsword? I think for the name alone, we should, because that is an amazing name. It's $100,000 of our 196K. And would this change anything? Because I think he's a really good center back, but he'd also play, you guys are saying, when you've got the attacking wingbacks or fullbacks, you tend to have an anchor man. He could kind of rotate in as that anchor man as well, right? Not that I would necessarily train him there. I like him as a central defender. But is he worth 100K? I mean, we went to sign him. I was kind of going like, let's go for it. Also would make a pretty good ball playing defender. I'm gonna wait until we get some comments. I see Joel saying 100K is almost your entire transfer budget, but like, are we gonna find anybody else? Is the question. You know, could he? No, he can't. I mean, he could play wing back on defend, and we just tell him not to cross or dribble or anything like that. Contract also expires in 5 months. He's only worth 50K. Overpaying. Okay, let's look at what we have scouted. I get nervous when I get the football on the screen. Did they change this? Where's all the ratings? Isn't there a... I feel like this screen has changed. Is there not a what we think of them, like an overall number, like a scout number? Potential. That's bizarre. Am I blind? Am I literally? I could just be blind. Hey, Handmaster, how you doing? Problem is, you always end up overpaying when you go shopping in England. Yeah, true. Scouting Center tab. Yes. Why do we not have anything in the Scouting Center tab? What? What are they? I don't know what's happening. I know I had a scout get replaced. Was that the only scout we had that was doing anything? Hey, Pekka, how you doing? Get the kids to bed. All right, we'll do a scouting in a little bit. If I turn him down, he's not going to want to join us in 5 months, is he? I guess that's not an option. He'd be our best, but only by a half star. I guess I was just looking at it like, spend all the money, right? Like, go, but we do have a bunch of center backs. Yeah, delay. Do you guys, when you're playing the national team, ever go to scout the games? I never do. I just can't sit through a team that's not mine. Okay, this is the right back wants to come in on trial. That's a good sign. Okay, so if we're going to play, like, what would you recommend? From a training standpoint, if we're going to play this 4-1-3-2 or 4-3-1-2, and our passing is awful, what would we train? I always start off doing a team bonding. Let's do a little community outreach. So I'm gonna keep clicking forward till we get to a friendly to see what you guys think about the training. Oh, I need to change. It's not. We don't want to go 4-4-2 as our main tactical thing. Whoops. For the 38 of you that are still here an hour in, I really appreciate it. That's amazing. Why would I pay $2,500 and get no income? Are they going to pay us? February 5th. Is this part of our agreement? They're still our affiliate. I guess. Sure. We can always cancel it, I guess. Let me go back to, sorry, training. Primary tactic, 4132 DM. What you making, Richard? I know I just asked you a question about what you're making for dinner while you're making dinner, so you probably don't have your hands free to type, but when I play off screen, do I play highlights or just commentary? I usually play either, it depends on how the season's going. I usually play either key highlights or extended highlights. I never do just commentary. Ravioli. Send home. Gavin. Oh, you pulled your groin. Danny's 32. Peggy, you think all the you think they all look like monkeys? I've not heard that before. That's I like it. I like it. And shout out, by the way, to all of you guys that are in here. It's just the support is amazing, and we're up to 45 patrons. It's unbelievable. Will I do something with the winner of our FPL league? Probably not this season, besides, like, you know, mentioning it. But next season, potentially turning it into some sort of a contest. I hope to have some sort of merchandise at some point. Kind of trying to figure that out. The problem I have as an American is a good chunk of my viewership is not in America. And so shipping stuff from where I'm at overseas is extraordinarily expensive in comparison, right? Versus like if you have a company in the UK or something that does your printing and shipping for you. Pavlos, we went 4132. So we get Lung for 10. We'll take that. That's a good draw, actually. And that's coming up. We got a bunch of games here. Our under 19s are going to get some friendly experience against Bohemians, most likely. This is what I love. Fantastic preseason injuries. Yeah, yeah. I should have mentioned that. You guys are right. No UCD. What is this world we live in? Is that the winter update? Did they update that? Gordon, I would love to find one. I don't have one in mind in terms of a UK or EU-based manufacturer. And then I'm like, how does that work? Like, my dream, I'll pause here for just a second. My dream with merchandise is to be able to ship it myself. And not for cost standpoint, because I'm going to charge whatever the shipping actually is. But like to have the ability to like put in a personal touch into each package or something like that, right? Like write a note, like a note of thanks, rather than just like, there's a store, go buy stuff, whatever, right? It's a little less personal. But then if I do that, like I've thought about getting, you know, something like this made, right? Like a custom, there's a company here in the US, and I'm sure there's others, that you can get custom scarves at actually a really affordable rate if you order enough of them. So I thought about doing something like that, but then the shipping just kills you. Hey, Danny. Locke, you need a European partner. You're not UK, though, because cough Brexit. Joel, yeah, Lumford beat Cabinteely yesterday, and I saw a picture of the pitch. My gosh. The Cabo pitch, because they share with a rugby team, is rough, my friends. Rough. Gordon, yeah, I'll probably reach out to Loki or Kev to see kind of what they've done. Although I know that the home, I saw Kev saying something along the lines of like home, the company that's making the home stuff is stopping like making things. They're doing they're going a different direction with their organization. So his store is having to close down. So it's like, you know. Oh yeah, Richie, you're amazing. Yeah, sure. Love it. Fantastic. Seriously. Guys, stop licking each other's faces. Use soap. Jeremy, I did. I saw that. Somebody actually, I can't remember if it was somebody in Discord or on Twitter alerted me that I was in his trailer, and I was like, what? I thought it was funny. Flu season, yeah. I mean, do we have to put up signs? Wash your hands, lads. However, Gilmore still can't round the keeper because why could he, you know? For me, this is how I took. Oh, this is the first time there's been all green like this, so that's got to be positive, right? I always let the assistant manager give the team talk. I don't know what you guys do. So here's what I'll tell you about. I don't know. Should I talk about the Loki thing? I thought it was funny, but I think everyone like. You should understand that everybody has got different stresses in their lives, and different things bother different people. So it's like, it's super easy to say like, hey man, it's just a joke. And it is. Like, Loki, I love Loki, right? Like I support Loki on Patreon. Whenever he streams, I give him my Twitch subscription. Like I don't know Loki. Like I've not like been to his house or been to Loki Con or anything like that. So I think he's funny, but that's just me personally. But I guess we can't play Fox if he's still injured. Oh, but you know who we can't play? Dun, 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 Zach O'Neal. But I think you have to understand where other people are coming from. Whether it was golly, do we even have? I don't think we have another goalkeeper. Hold on, let me actually focus. Darren Walsh is going in. The right back is going in. Scott Kelly, I'd like to kind of figure out. You could play wing back. I just got to focus on this, and then I can go back to talking. So this is what you don't see when I do videos, because I'm a lot of times like, let me get your boys. We'll put some of our wingers out there. Adeyinka. Lloyd, what's he got? Okay, what was his deal? Yeah, we're not going to play you with a pulled groin. That's generally not a recommended thing. Pekka, what's up? What is that Swedish kroner? Swedish crowns. My apologies. Thank you very much, Pekka. So focus. Show me why you should be in the team, despite the fact that you're all the best players. I still want you to show me why. We're just gonna do key highlights. It's pissing rain. Hey Enda, how you doing? So all that to say, I thought Loki's thing was a joke. It obviously was a joke. It was clearly a joke. I thought it was funny. I was actually, from my perspective, right? Like, I have almost 5,000 subscribers. So anytime somebody with 40,000 subscribers mentions you, and it's not like, hey, I hate this guy and he's terrible, right? Like, he didn't say that, then I think that's a net positive. But that's also because that's where I'm at, right? And people have different stresses in their lives. Like, there may be things that you think are funny that aren't funny to other people because they're like stressing about various aspects of their lives. Like, you just never, like, there's a poem that a lot of people may know. It ends with So we should be kind to... He's offside. Oh, he's not! Ethan Galbraith was his first goal for the club. It says, like, we should be kind to each other while there's still time. I actually looked that poem up because I was like, oh, what is this about? And it turns out it's about a guy, this guy who wrote poetry, who had a hedgehog that lived in his garden, and he fed it milk, and then one day he ran over it with a lawnmower, and it was a complete accident, but it like gutted him because, and so he's making the point, like, we should be kind to each other while there's still time. So that's what I have enjoyed for the most part about the FM community in comparison to the general internet, because the general internet's generally terrible. And that was a lovely ball by Zach freaking O'Neal to Gavin Wilkinson, passing into space, and Wilkinson easy on the cartwheel. But, you know, I just think you have to understand that just because you think it's funny, or I think it's funny, doesn't necessarily make it funny in somebody else's eyes, because they may be stressing out about something else. Right? Like, and it's both feelings are legitimate, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I've not talked to anybody. I haven't talked to anybody involved in it. You know, people getting upset or not upset or whatever. I thought it was funny, and I appreciated being included, because the fact that I made, if you look at the people who were on that video, that's like the who's who of FMers, right? Dave Has the Party, Lelujo, Benji, obviously Loki, the Northman. It was a mistake to start going through that list, because I was going to forget everybody on the list. And Zach O'Neal, in case you missed it, has got another assist. So, like, there's a bunch of people I didn't just say that were in that as well, but, like, obviously that's cool to be included in that. Passionate, very pleased. Team leader. Love you, buddy. Love you. Hey, can you guys not get sent off? I know it's a friendly, but, like, let's start the season off correctly, is what I'll say. So I don't know if anybody, maybe I just rambled for like 2 minutes about that and you don't care, but that's my take on it. Is I think you have to understand where other people are coming from, and it's just because you may have found it funny or I found it funny. If somebody else didn't find it funny, it doesn't make that feeling illegitimate. I think it's a fair thing to feel. Okay, that's interesting that Wilkinson was way out there. Davies, that's a goal. My friends, I mean, it's St. Moctus, okay? Like, let's slow our roll a little bit in terms of getting too excited. It's looking quite good. I think you can argue. Just because I want to get everybody there's going to be a lot of preseason. We don't want to lose anybody to injury. Why would I say the word injury? Well, like, why would I do that? That's a dumb thing to say, isn't it? I love Darren Walsh. Um, 100% match sharpness is quite impressive. I guess that's because I bought them from England. Is that what's going on there? Yanka, Bernard, Dejed. It's like, bless you. I just did. People say, like, if somebody's scoring goals and informed, not take them off. Well, I guess technically I'm not doing that because our midfield is bossing it, plus Gary Haysward. So Wilkins is really the only one that we took off. So Barry, in Loki's trailer, he included a bunch of FMers in, like, literally 2-second clips and saying, like, whatever, like, tired of watching mediocre FM content creators or something like that. And then it was like you could see who it was, but it wasn't like he didn't like steal my clip or anything like that. He just like played 2 seconds of recording one of my videos, and you could tell who was in the video, right? To announce that his journeyman was back. And some people thought it was funny, and some people said, in particular, Benji said, hey, you know, ask me if you ever want to use my video. I'm very pleased. Of course I was. Zach O'Neill. Love you. You bet Dejed is pronounced Carl. So that's what everybody's upset about. And in case someone clips this and only clips this part, I'm saying both feelings are justified. Thinking it's funny is justified. Thinking it's not funny and saying, hey, you should have asked me first is also justified. So I knew it was a joke and I was good with it. And that's the last we'll talk about it. I mean, a 4-0. I mean, again, St. Noctis. That is a pretty good start. Pretty good start, my friends. Maybe you guys are onto something. And, like, play people with good positions that they know and leave most of the instructions out. Here we are, my friends. Now you've got me doubting myself as to whether we should sign this guy. I was so convinced, but because I thought he could play the anchor if we needed him to, or potentially the wingback. I mean, I'm overpaying, yeah, but you're gonna do that, right? He'd be our second best DM. Harry, like the guy we have isn't even on the list. What the? Maybe when I scouted him, he wasn't in the picture. It's a little short. And the other guy that we're trialing, Dejed. It's so good. The names are really good either way. He's probably better as the wingback. Primarily because he knows it. Marius, the truth about GHG is shocking. That's not funny. Right. I guess we'll say no. Buying a team, play from League 2. I guess we'll say no. Yeah, all right, let's just do it. Cancel it. Can we come back and say, can we sign you in 6 months? It's gonna be like, he's already accepted the contract over, so like, let's give it a couple weeks and maybe we can come back in. The best last name has to be the South African goalie in the 11 kids experiment. Yes. Yes. We're gonna try and sign this kid. I think he is an adequate. He was better, like a whole half-star better. Now he's equal with Gary Martin, but he gives us that ability, and we'll essentially get rid of Madden, and this will be our backup. Or do we keep Madden because he's a easy killer? Sure, you want some more money? You get clean sheets, mate. I'll pay for clean sheets all day long. And I'll even give you your yearly wage rise of 5%. Okay. We're going to do rotation. I'll pay you some. I just, fine. We got wage budget. I don't care. Michael Maguire, is that one of our Ireland national team players? That's not very good, lads. Marcus, what was it? The goalkeeper's name? Was it Shehole? Pavlos, is the live going to be uploaded so we can see it as we want? Like, is this live stream going to upload so like you could go back and watch parts of it? If that is your answer, yes, it will be going live. It'll take a couple hours to process. YouTube automatically, like I could tell it not to make it public, but I just usually just leave it up. YouTube, it'll take like, I don't know, an hour or two to process everything, and then it'll drop it up onto the channel. Sit hole, yes. Oh, that was one of those. I was like, I'll just point it out, and then you make your own jokes, right? Yeah, no problem, Pavlos. Nope. Nope. Premier Star Talent. was a leading striker. Okay. Lovely. Tokyo Sex Whale? Is that real? Because that is amazing. If that's real. Hey Chase, how you doing? Man, we're almost up to 50 people. This is insane. If I was on Twitch, we'd be like getting partner or something. I don't stream enough to do that. Blah, blah, blah. We haven't looked once at the Ireland setup. That's fine. It's fine. Anyone else playing amateur FMN just released players that complain for not enough starts? Yes. Yes. Okay, we have 2 right backs now. So should we drop Madden? Okay, Chase, I'll get you caught up. Yeah, that's a good point. We're an hour and 15 minutes in. Let me show you where we're at here. Blah, blah, blah. Nah, it's okay. I mean, we'll just keep scouting. I'm really not understanding what happened to the scout report screen and the numbers. That's a bit odd, to be fair. Nobody wants to be our under 19 coach. Oh, wait. Wait. Okay, that would be to replace somebody. I was trying to get them to give us another coach and another under 19 coach, and they gave us another first team coach. Because what I was Madden was willing to take a contract to play like player / under 19 coach. Should we because he's resolute, should we keep him around? Should we try and offer him just the coaching role? While I'm waiting for chat on that, Chase, this is where we've ended up. 4-3-1 or 4-1-3-2 in a bind. We could play 4-3-1-2 and put the guy whose name is escaping me, Danny Lloyd, up there. You think I should keep Simon as a player or a player coach? Or a coach? I like him from a mental standpoint. I like having him around. It's just the physicals. Like, I just... Woof. I mean, we can afford him, right? If he'll take 500 or 600 a week, like, we've got the wage budget to burn, right? So is it worth just keeping him around from like a mentoring standpoint, like give him a backup contract and whatever, or see if he'll take the coaching side? Because that would be kind of interesting. Hey Gecko, how you doing, man? Yeah, where's the host button? I don't even know if YouTube does that, to be honest with you. Adayinka. Bray wants Adayinka. One-year player coach contract, or ideally just a coach, but if he'll take a player coach, okay. Should we play through the middle? Sure. Better as a coach than a player. Let's see what happens. Oh, we could offer him the Ireland. This is where it gets confusing, where it's like, I'm not on the Ireland national team screen, so why are you talking to me about that, lads? Offer new contract. How about you and be an under 19s coach player? How about a player coach? Even better. Like, that's a promotion. He's going to want more money. I'll even leave this in. Non-playing job offer release clause. Fine. Fine. I'll give you everything you want, mate. 1-year deal. You want a 2-year deal? As a player coach, then I'm not going to give you the extension. Come on. Boom. Done. Dunzo. I like it. Fair enough. Thank you, chat. You guys helped out with that. I should... Yeah. Why would you think you could do that? Because he's on here? I'm going to put him on rotation. I don't want him to get too big of a head. There we go, friends. Second friendly, Shamrock Rovers. Okay. I like that you guys like it. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's resolute, 17 determination. Refused 1 year because he wanted to. He's like, no, I got it in me, boss. And I'm like, hey, I'm making you a coach, right? Like, now he's gonna go spend like 15,000 euros on coaching badges, but that's fine. Okay, so let's go look here. Fox, still out. Okay, but we could put Lloyd in for, I mean, take your pick, right? That'll do. I'm going to drop Doherty and actually have a backup goalkeeper because I do like to rotate in the backup goalkeeper in preseason, personally. We got Spence here. He comes on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Here we go, boys. Oh, we should probably change it, right? To play through the middle, especially against 2. Is that a good idea? I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then you can tell me it's a bad idea, and I'll change it if by the time you say that we're already in the game. Show me what you got, lads. If you perform well, Pekka Wickman will replace the pitch at Stradbrook Road, since it's used as a rugby field. Yeah, I'm probably going to play our starters 45 minutes here. And then we may have to switch the system because I don't think we have any more midfielders. We're using literally all of our midfielders. That's probably not the best thing, you know, but I guess I could have put Wiltshire on the bench, or did I? Maybe I did. Maybe we have one midfielder because Fox is out injured. Don't give up a penalty, Davies. All right, here we go, boys. Oh, lovely. Oh, look at that. That's Zach O'Neill. Does he have another brace of assists in him? Hayes Ward can't get to that. Disappointing. Predictions in the chat. I like it. Davies, O'Neill. Okay, Wilkinson. Highlight continues. This is key highlights, so something has to happen in this, surely, right? Oh, what a pass! A little side foot. That was too easy, to be honest with you. Like it. I like it. Oh! Bruised ribs. Mate. Don't get injured. Don't get injured, please. Oh, he's not. Oh, he's coming back a little bit. He's coming back a little bit. Oh, yeah, he's going back down. He's 60. Okay, so Harry White's going to get the sub. He's going to get the sub. Okay, lads. It's only been 5 days since our last friendly, so we're definitely... Okay. Keep it up. We've got Wiltshire and Scott Kelly. Those are our midfield options. So we'll do... Okay, if we have a roaming playmaker. No one else can play. Literally nobody else on the team. Okay. Or no. Because Zach O'Neill. Clearly. I'm not even going to talk to Kieran Wiltshire. I kept Wiltshire because I felt like he was good enough. I like his, for what we ask him to do. Pavlos, I'm going to go at least another hour and a half, or I'm going to go at most, I should say. That was clearly offside. I'm going to go at most another hour and a half, or until we reach March 23rd, which is the first Ireland. I mean, he's so far off, it's hilarious. First Ireland national team game. We're all over him, friends. 8 shots, 5 on target. Okay, I meant to rotate more. I just kind of blacked out there for a second. It's fine. Things are fine. Let's get the backup keeper in. Let's get some Adayinka and some Walsh. And then we'll take a second here and we'll go to some sort of a wingy formation. Okay. Who has a tight hamstring? Okay. So this is us changing the system, my friends. Hold on. Undo that. Don't mind me. Where is he? Where is he? There he's here. That's where he's at. That's where he's at, lads. Attack. Attack, 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 attack. Gilmore as an inside forward. And then I love that Tom. Is this realistic? That you would know the actual midfield wing role, but you would have no idea about the one right in front of it. Is that? I just don't know. I just don't know if that's realistic. It's just me personally. I guess we'll put these guys back on automatic because that's what you guys said to do. And I'm listening to you, and we're going to put you defend. And then we're going to take Zach O'Neill off for no one. Sorry, Zach. You're going to have to, you know what? Scott Kelly. You know, a central midfielder on attack is like an attacking midfielder. Ish. Flicked on. Our French backup. I love it. Stolen from PSG. Is it Marin or Marine? What do you think? Marsh clears it out. Oh, Gilmore can't get there. Oh, run after that. Oh, is that Zach? No, it's Kelly. Of course, it's the youngster. It's the youngster. No passion. No passion, boys. Oh! Oh, that's just poor. That's going to earn a shout to demand more. Gotta love the near post. Just hit it hard so that the keeper just bounces off of him into the goal. I mean, he's there and everything. What is he? I mean, parries it into his own goal. It's impressive. Impressive, boys. Is this the end of game highlight? Neither. It'd be pronounced Marin. 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 You don't put the twist on it like Marine. I'm just saying. Y'all, Locke's upset. He's yelling. He's on the sideline. Ooh, that was a little nervy. But we got rid. We got rid and fouled somebody. That's fine. Don't two-footed lunge. Okay, we'll take the draw. I mean, Cabinteely or Shamrock's good. Although, I mean, we definitely dominated that game. I love it. Guys, I just want you to focus on, like, your fitness. Tight hammy. We're going to actually... Bloop. I do this a lot. I don't know if you guys do this a lot. I tend to do this a lot. I know it's preseason training and all that jazz, but I'm just saying. Is Jim Fox going to be ready to come back? He's going to be ready to take Scott Kelly's place for sure. And Rowan will be back to take Adeyinka's spot. So did you get Rice and Bamford for Ireland? You talk about Declan? Where's he going? Mate, I just got here. I just got here. Okay. So let's go take a... That's a good question. Hey, Bert, how you doing? Okay, is it Declan Rice? No. Bamford. Is it Patrick Bamford? Oh, he's not been capped. Do you mean Patrick Bamford? Because if so, he has not been capped. We could, let's scout him and then call him in, maybe? I can't get Rice, though. Rice is declared. He's got 2 caps. Okay. Oh, you have got to be kidding me! Oh, you have got to be kidding me. The game just crashed. I didn't save. I'm a little upset. I'm like legit upset. Oh, I'm like legit upset. It's just a game. It's just a game. I don't have chat up right now. I mean, the first 30 or 40 minutes of the stream was setting up the tactic. So we've done that. So I can just pop in here. That's... Anthony, this has literally never happened to me. Like on FM19. Okay. Okay. Can't do anything about it. Literally can't do anything about it. Just give me a second, guys. We're sorting this out. See you, Maris. That's so unbelievable. Okay, what is it that Zach is really bad at? Crossing, dribbling, long shots. Okay. I think that's all that we had. Yeah, Anthony, that's typically what I do. I just, because I'm streaming, I wouldn't think about that. But yeah. Definitely gonna save after the next friendly. Okay, so I mean we've lost 2 friendlies. In terms of results, we lost Zach O'Neal having a brace. We're gonna turn this guy down. Okay, nothing changes from that standpoint. We need to get this guy in. Locke, what happened? The game crashed again, which is literally the first 2 crashes I've had on FM19 ever, like ever. That's our primary tactic, the 4-1-3-2. Okay, we're gonna play St. Moctus, and we're gonna pause and save the game. That just, it takes, with all the leagues I've, or is it this save that has all the leagues? I don't even remember. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's absolutely infuriating. And now it makes me like, I'm like, is it because of a streaming? I had Photoshop open, so maybe is it using too much resources? So I closed that. It makes me worry about the winter update. That was good. That was good stuff. Oh, we had Longford too. Are we gonna get UCD? Let's find out. Well, I will. We'll do the automatic draw. See what happens. Wexford. That's even better. Although we were at home in the other game. I mean, so we get a lesser opponent, but we're away. So the game crashed. You guys were here, so we'll just deal with it. Here come the colds and the flu virus going around. If anybody happens to go back and watch the first part of the stream, I wonder what they do when it crashes. Are they like, well, shame it does not feel the same without UCD. That's weird. Yeah, it's another bug in the new update. Game crashes, but the more important thing is UCD isn't in every cup game against me. So like, what's up with that, guys? And our entire team is falling apart in this version of the universe. Oh man, Zach O'Neil had a brace of assists. He was off to a good start, right? It's like, I wish we could replicate that. I wish I could just say that's what happened. Harvey Gilmore still can't run the keeper, so that's not changed. New updates makes it so you always get UCD in the cup final and will always lose to them because FM Voodoo. I'm so gutted by that. Now we gotta remember, we gotta sign Madden to the player coach contract. And we gotta get this Spence guy. But that's after this game. I guess we could offer him before the game. Boom. Done. Boom. All right. I'm gonna go, just because we got those things taken care of, I'm gonna go ahead and save. Oh, Connor Ronan free kick machine. Is that, are you saying in real life? Should we switch to UCD when we always get Cap? That's funny. That's funny. Okay, lots of comments about CM Luke De Jong, Ronan Curtis, Connor Ronan, Michael Obafemi, Jack Charlton. So you guys are saying essentially call up every single person that's possible to call up and try and get them a cap so that they're tied to us. Okay. All right. We've saved. That's annoying. Goodness me, that's annoying. Okay. I think that's how we were set up, and we need to Drop Fox. Okay, we put like Doherty, Walsh. This guy. Wiltshire, so we have some midfield depth. Scott Kelly, Nag. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I think in the next hour we're not going to get to the Ireland stuff, unfortunately, because of the crash. Which is not great, to be honest with you. That's weird, though. I've not had any crashes. But at least it was live, and you guys know it was legitimate. I thought we were going to get a Zach O'Neal special there. White? Zach O'Neal. Oh, I thought he was trying to like 1-2 with him. Cross? Oh, he jumped in front of it. Gary Hayes Ward. Lovely. Can I do another live stream from Ireland? Live streaming is not really... I mean, not for the first game, right? Like, I'm going to record that game. If I have time... oh, that was very nice by Gavin Wilkinson. In the future, when we get to real games, I'm not against streaming. It's just, man, I got 2 young kids and a job and, you know, also a wife. Probably should have put her first, but I planned in advance to have this Sunday afternoon was kind of the idea, right? Like, so that I'm not abandoning my wife with our 2 kids, and it's crazy. I thought that was going to go in. So I'm not opposed to streaming. We got to get there first. We won't tell. Yeah. Thanks, Becca. I do like the interaction with chat. That is cool. It's cool that 34 people are here after a crash almost 2 hours in. That's the other, like, that, you guys blow me away. That's lovely. That's lovely. Yeah, Locke, I did think, like, man, can I make it like a... The problem is, it goes back to a chunk of my... Like, the majority of my viewers aren't based in the United States. Because, like, I could probably swing, like, some, like, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. on, like, some random weeknight type scenarios. But, you know, that's, like, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. in Europe or later. So, it kind of... That part doesn't work. And I don't really want to get up at, like, 5 a.m. to stream. So it's one of those things where that leaves the weekends, and my son doesn't have a game this weekend, and he's gonna have a game next weekend, which, I mean, isn't my whole day, but like I like to like relax and, you know, watch some Premier League and all that kind of stuff. That wasn't... Oh, come on. Oh, it's okay. Just a talking to. Okay, that's fine. I was about to say, give me a break. 1 a.m. to 3 a.m., aka when I'm playing my save in the UK. Oh, legendary. Galbraith, go right. Okay, Hayes Ward swings out there. Like the wingback was there, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work because their center backs aren't doing anything. And then we're going to do some substitutions, my friends. All right. Wilkinson coming up. Oh, did I not? Oh, I didn't put Terry Blade on the bench. Whoops. Right. Yeah, I meant to do that. Nope, that's not what I want to do there. Nope. I'm like terrified of injuries now. You know, we'll put Rowan up it because he can play I mean, he's really more of an anchor man. That's fine. You don't need any more match sharpness, so you can come off, and we'll play you as a ball-winning midfielder. Sure. It's mostly the same system. Pavlos, it is 3:46 at the time you're asking that question, or the time I'm seeing that question in the afternoon, to be 100% clear. Burnley's first goal is one of the reasons I think VAR should be introduced. And I know VAR is not perfect, and it probably, like, I'm not saying that as a Liverpool fan. I have a bias, fair, but I mean they jumped on top of the keeper. It's a clear foul. I don't know how you miss that, right? And so it's those types of scenarios. I think they do need to work on getting VAR to work faster, but I think VAR should be used not only for stuff like that, but also for head injuries. Like, players aren't going to take themselves out of the game, and neither are the teams. So somebody has to look out for the players. So I think there should be, in a perfect world, there would be a rule that if there is a head injury, the game is stopped, both players are taken off, and substitutes can come on temporarily until those players are assessed by a unbiased medical professional, like a Premier League or Bundesliga or whatever medical professional who says, that guy's concussed, he's not coming back in. And then you could sub in whoever you wanted versus like a panic, like get somebody out there, right? I think that should be the protocol. And I think VAR should be used for that, to have somebody watching the game and going like, that looks bad. Like that, his head hit the ground, or, they clattered or whatever, because players aren't going to take themselves out. Locked, you burned dinner. That's not good, mate. I'm ruining people's dinners. That's amazing. But I don't know if that's controversial, but I think when you look at like the World Cup, I think VAR got it right. Like, it took it from like 95% right to like 98% right. I think were one of the stats that I looked at, and I think like that's worth it. You just have to find a way to do it faster. Maybe have two officials reviewing it. It's not like the Premier League doesn't have money, right? Like, the Premier League's got money to like set up some sort of a system and get it done quickly. Like, yeah, Marcus, like, I get what you're saying with the FA Cup and the lower leagues. I totally get that. But like, if you're trying to introduce it into the game, start at the top level and then like work all the kinks out, which may sound weird, right? Maybe you should work it out in the lower levels, but I think the only kinks you're going to get is using it quickly and using it like to actually look at stuff. Like, I guess you could not look at VAR, right? Like, I think I saw that happen in a game in MLS this week, where it was like, it was clear that VAR should have been used and was not, which is a problem. Zach O'Neal, 7.2, no assists, disappointing. But I think you have to force it in. Like, I think there's enough benefit to it that it's worth, making that change. Let's go ahead. We're going to rest everybody here. Well, not everybody. We're going to rest the players that played the whole game. What are your expectations for the upcoming U.S. men's national team friendlies? I'll be honest with you, Chase, I don't know who we're playing. I'm expecting more of the same. Like, I had some comments on the Greg Berhalter video I put out that people were like, there was one particular person who was very passionate about Greg Berhalter. And I'm like, listen, I'm not saying he's a bad hire. I am not saying he's a bad hire from being a coach. Like, if he wants to be the manager and he's the manager, like, I'm not saying he's a bad hire for him as a coach, like, in his tactics and whatever. Apparently he's a very tactical manager, and like, he gets his system going and blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. My problem with the overall hire was that it took 14 months and you end up hiring the brother of the COO of US Soccer. I think that's a problem. I think he's a great hire 14 months ago. Right? I think he's a fantastic hire 14 months ago. The fact that we went so long, like, you can't tell me it's a good idea to set up a system and then not hire the guy to set up the system for an entire year and call that a win. I don't call that a win. I think that's really poor on US Soccer's part. So what I expect to see out of the friendlies is, I don't know if he, like, what the plan is in terms of calling up players and whatever. I'm not really worried about that, to be honest with you. I think it's all about getting reps in under this system. And the more we do that, the better. I don't have any expectations of us winning any of the games, to be completely honest with you. I think that almost doesn't matter. Now it's going to be more interesting because it's an actual open window in FIFA's calendar, and so we should have actual players we can use, like your Christian Pulisic's of the world that we couldn't use in January because it wasn't a FIFA window. But that's just my take on it. I think it was Pega talking about you get like 3 rulings for your team. That's actually that would be an interesting way to bring it in, but then you could run into the problem where there's 4 really bad calls. So I guess I would want to know more about the stats, right? Like on average, and we're gonna save before this game. I'm gonna save like 6 times now. What are the stats on how many calls are missed? In particular, calls that are impactful to the game on average, right? And then you would want to have at least that many, if not one, like plus 1, on top of that at the manager's disposal, if you will. We're gonna save. I'm gonna catch up on chat here. So that would be interesting, like if the managers had flags to kind of throw. But again, if on average you have 3.5 missed calls that could impact the game, then you'd want to have 4 or 5 of those, and then it's kind of like, well, that's so many. I'd rather the Premier League with all of this money hire a rules expert and give them all the camera angles, like sit them, like it could be a centralized. It doesn't have to be at each ground. Like they could sit in one of the studios or have like a command center, as it were. I think one of the leagues does it, or maybe they did it in the World Cup, where they had, it was the World Cup, because they had the referees wear their kits while they were doing it to kind of get them mentally into we're actually watching games to make the calls. Do I think the U.S. national team should avoid calling up Lyndon Gooch until he performs better, given he's only playing League One for Sunderland now? I don't know I don't know about Lyndon's contract, right? Is he on a long-term contract and he can't get out of it, and his agent did a bad job putting in a release clause? Is that really his fault if that's the case? If you are battling... So I would need to know more about Lyndon's contract before I made a, determination about that. Anthony, I agree with you about the pro-rel thing. I am not a proponent of pro-rel in the least bit. I mean, of the MLS system. I am a huge proponent of pro-rel, 100% with that. And someone's going to clip that, by God. I think MLS is waking up to the idea that if they actually can make it easier to find better players in the United States, they can sell them on and make money. And from a capitalist standpoint, the people that run the league and the ownership groups, I think that is going to be appealing. I think the Miguel Almiron thing and the Tyler Adams situation, where he has come in, I'm not saying he owns the Bundesliga, but like he has not looked at a place playing for RB Leipzig. And I think that is an indicator. That's an interesting back pass from Collins. That is an indicator of the quality that is available from some of our players, right? So I think MLS is starting to wake up to, like, we should make it easier to buy and sell players. And I think once you start going down that path, it's a slippery in a good way slope to potentially pro-rel. But that's just my opinion. See you a lot. Have a good one. MLB, Major League Baseball has all reviews go through New York. Interesting. I didn't know that. I don't watch baseball. Also, potentially controversial question from Marcus, but what level in England would you say is most comparable to MLS? I have no idea. I honestly don't watch MLS because it doesn't have pro-rel. I don't watch the NFL because I don't find it very compelling. And MLS is essentially NFL. from a franchise and salary cap and all that stuff. Yeah, rip Colorado Rapids. But like that's what I like. That's what I like, right? There are consequences to your actions or inaction. If you get relegated, you get relegated. And I totally get why, if I am an owner that just paid $150 million to join MLS, I have no interest in that. I just think there's a way you could say, like, put it 15 years out in the future, 10 years out in the future. We're going to, whenever the next media deal comes up, we're going to all go in, we're going to get a big media deal. Garage Door Fan Club, I present to you the Garage Door. I think there is a way to make it attractive to those owners. That's who you have to convince. You have to convince those owners that this is a good idea, right? That is your roadblock, is the guys who paid $150 million or $50 million, and they're going like, you're saying I could lose my investment? Yeah, I'm not really interested in doing that, you know? Like, and I don't think that's an invalid feeling either, right? Like, that's totally valid to say, like, yeah, that's a lot of money that if you just paid it, you're gonna lose. I wouldn't be happy about that either. Nobody, I mean, it's not our problem, right? Like, yeah, and people and clubs will get promoted. Like, I that's why I think if you put it far enough out in the future, you say, like, listen, guys, like, listen, like, yeah, there is a risk that you could get relegated. That is 100% true. But you could also like make a ton more money, and isn't that attractive, right? Parachute payments. Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of different ways you could set it up. You think the obstacle is the lack of interest in second tier sports? Well, here's what people I have found, at least in some of the comments, when I've done videos on US soccer. What people don't understand is that, like, well, that was really a turd. Is that, like, soccer isn't popular here. Like, the fact that Atlanta United is talked on local Atlanta sports radio now, and like people are calling in and upset about was it DeBoer, and like because they ran over the league last season, and everybody was loving that, and now they're like, hey, whoa, hey, like what's going on, right? So the fact that that's happening is a good thing. Like, that is an indicator that things are starting to change, and that is definitely a positive. So that happened like now, like in last season. So like it's hard to say like, well, no one cares about second tier sport. No one cares about the first tier of the sport. And that's the truth. I'm clicking all over, aren't I? So I think you have to like, the worst thing that could happen if you are MLS and this is their view, the worst thing that could happen is that you go for pro rel and then the entire system collapses. And because that's like happened before, not from pro rel, but like we almost didn't have the sport at all in the past. Like, that definitely happened. I'm switching this up to take our midfielders off, by the way. So I get that they want to like take it slow. I just think they're definitely doing it right. They're not doing it right now from like a protecting the bajillionaires. And I think they need to look at it slightly differently. Anthony, you say that Atlanta United averaged like 60 or 70,000 people last year. So, or maybe not that much, but like their max capacity is 70, and they definitely were like, they had games where they had that many fans. So like, that's not every market, but you also can't say that about every market in other leagues too. So I don't think that's a valid criticism. Now, there are definitely really poorly run franchises for sure. And offside. I don't think so. Where like they're not getting the attendance they would want, right? Like, and that's the consequence of running your franchise poorly. I guess he was offside. That was quite the finish though. But you know, like, you gotta have the first tier working first. You know, first things first. Get the first tier working, and then bring in something else. See you, Pavlos. See you, True Nerdchar. Second Neil's going to get a rest. He's not had the preseason that he had before the crash. That's kind of disappointing. And I think we drew this game. So I don't know, Pekka. Pekka said that we would, he was going to chip in an extra 50 Swedish crowns if we went undefeated. I think that's about to come to an end unless there's some miracle here. But is that really fair, Pekka? I'm just kidding. We get done in by the crashes. Spence, what's he got? Spence! Oh, Lloyd! No, mate. The clock. Look at the clock. Look at the clock. Anthony, yeah, true. It is hard to get attacked. Like that's why I don't want to fall for it, you know, because they get up and move. At least in like, because you know the whole MK Dons thing. At least in those scenarios, right? Like, well, then the local community can say like, nah, we're gonna have a team, and they can start one and work their way up, which I think is a beautiful thing. So if they would go to that kind of a system, that'd be great. But we're not there yet. And the other thing that people miss is how absolutely massive the United States is. Like you can't really understand until like you superimpose a map of the US on top of a map of Europe and look at like travel and how that works. I'm not saying that's a valid excuse. You can make the travel work. I'm not saying you can't. I just think, you know, that's another thing to consider as well. What is appealing is that football soccer is growing in popularity. Like again, it's kind of like that is a serious watermark that Atlanta local sports radio is having people call in about Atlanta United. That is a thing that doesn't happen. That is like a rarity. And so the fact that it's happening means, wow, like football has really taken hold in Atlanta. And like you might have like LA because you get the Galaxy and LAFC, you know, it's a big market, all that kind of stuff. But that's a good sign. They just need to like expedite it. With travel, would you think the state division soccer would work and then like a Champions League for the state champs? I don't think you do states because we get 50 states, right? That'd be crazy, right? I think you do it as regions. I think you have 4 regions. And even that's a lot of travel, but like you have a southeast, southwest, northwest, northeast. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, right? But you have to have enough incentive, right? Like my local team was in the NPSL and they ceased operations as a local team because, well, they were really poorly run is really the reason. And that was kind of their consequence, but there was also nowhere for them to go. Like there was no incentive. Why try and, you know, get better coaches or players if you can't go anywhere, right? So I think they're paying like a $5,000 annual fee and they're not making the money back because they're poorly run and they're not getting the fans in. Like there are definite examples where those lower level teams can make money being a lower level team to have the sport in the city. It's just you have to run it well. I've actually thought about like, man, could I go start a team? But I don't have like it's not just $5,000. Like you have to have fields and like all the thing that goes into it. You probably have to have like $100,000 to roll a team out in the US. But yeah, I do think a regionalized thing, you know, you have MLS like as it is now at the top level and they've got the money to travel and they like that can be all over the country. That's fine. But like or you have like an MLS 1 and 2, you know, you split the country down the middle or whatever. Because you know they want to have that many top level teams and then, you know, you kind of work it that way at the top level, but below that you regionalize it and below that you regionalize the regions and so on and so forth. High volume and quickness training. Guys, it's preseason. Give me a break. Not interested in doing that. I just want to pause and say, the 36 of you that are here 2 hours and 15 minutes in, thank you for being here. If you're a patron, thank you for being here. Even if you're not, thank you for being here. I think we've got Jim Fox back. Yay, Jimmy boy. We're going to let Zach O'Neill have a break. And we're going to bring in Terry the Blade. And we're going to bring in Charlie Rowan. Work on some match sharpness. We'll put O'Neill on the bench, I guess. This is really stressing me out that these aren't in order. I usually put my strikers at the bottom, but I'm just trying to do it fast because the game crashed. No problem, Neil. Thanks for watching, man. Oh, wait. 45 minutes for... Okay, so Fox is going to go 45 minutes, and then we're gonna sit him down. Good old UCD. And I picked UCD for the, the income. I can't remember what it was, but it was, I think we earned like 15 or 2,500 extra just by picking them. Go get revenge. I don't care that's preseason, boys. Go wreck somebody. Yeah, we don't have a right winger, Jeremy. That's the problem. We've got Danny Lloyd, who can play inside forward on the right. And Harry White can play a wide playmaker. We don't have a right winger. I got rid of all of our other wingers. Jack Ludwig, but he's not very good. Oh, I thought it was going to be a wonder goal. John, we've not actually made it to Ireland. We played 2 games, 2 friendlies, with Cabinteely, and then the game crashed for a second time during stream, which is my first 2 crashes on FM19. So we are now to our 3rd friendly, and I'm saving like every 2 minutes. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. It's really, really frustrating because Zach O'Neill in the first friendly had a brace of assists, which is kind of like a good way to kick off your season, right? And he's not done well in the restart in both games. So that's kind of disappointing. Come on, boys. Okay, I was hoping that we had a wingback out there. Davies back in, flicks it on. Oh, I should have finished better. Mate, you're on the attack roll. Come on, mate. But like you guys talk about clubs getting relegated, getting promoted, and all that kind of stuff. That's why I love in Football Manager, I have yet to manage a Premier League team. And the only Bundesliga team I've managed was FC Kaiserslautern, whose pen I have right here. Yeah. And it's because what a finish. I got them promoted. I love the low league thing. That's my favorite part of the game. That's why all my saves are that. I have another pen. My friends. The old school, I don't even know if you can see this, Sterling Albion pen. Bringing it back out. And of course, Kaiserslautern got relegated. Which was, yep, Anthony, yeah. Fox out to Martin. Brings it back. Okay. Chase, I'm thinking about doing something in a journeyman style. I also thought, let me, do I want to mention this? I want to gauge the community's thoughts on. I thought about doing a save with Chapecoense, the team whose plane went down, because I watched the documentary about it, not because I want. I'm afraid it would be like, oh, you're just doing that because they were in the media, and that's 100% not the case. It's an incredibly sad story, and I do find it compelling as a story, but I don't want to do it just because. Like I don't want to make that the. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just afraid people be like, oh, you're only doing it to get attention. It's like, no, I'd love to like raise some money and send it to the club. Like something like Loki's done with Mon the Fort is what I'm just gonna say, because I can't remember the name of the club. Let's bring some new guys in. Keep going. So yeah, I've enjoyed doing Cabinteely this season because of the tie-in to Ireland. Just I do like a journeyman, Come on, boys, we are on top of it. That's a poor clearance. He probably should just let that go, but maybe he didn't know if there's anybody behind him. There he goes. Off you go on your bike. Nope. Play it to Harry White. Spence, what you got? Spencer Owen coming down the wing. DJ Spencer Owen. Marsh. And now we've let the defense get set. What are we doing? Oh, what a save! Oh, that was a blast from Zach freaking O'Neal. Spence again. Terry the Blade. Oh. That was a tad disappointing. They've gone 2 up front, lads. Okay, we are going to try and rotate a little bit more because I'm afraid of injuries. How do we do this? Okay, we only have one midfielder here, so let's try this one. This one. I probably just could have clicked the formation thing. That would have been the smarter thing to do instead of doing it this way. But, like, whatever. That's fine. We'll just make do. We'll make do. Doherty and Walsh at the back. The young lads. With a new goalkeeper. Yeah, it's fine. That's the 6 sub. That's classic. Hey, Meowsley. Thanks for stopping by. Anybody? Nope, I've subbed all of them off. Anthony, are you saying like do a journeyman and then make that a target to try and get there? To get to Chapecoense? Richard, we went with a 4-1-3-2 as our main. But what I'm doing is when I'm rotating players in, I'm switching it over to this. Or depending on who we have from midfield standpoint, maybe a 4-2-3-1. But primarily this and this. I love that it can't figure out where we had people. That's just fantastic. If I could click on the squad, that would be good. Do we need to rotate anybody in? We'll rest Gary and have Spence take a turn. Give Collins a run out. Oh, thank you, Chase. You are a legend, mate. Yeah, I'm paranoid now. I wonder, I can't imagine it's because I was out of memory, because this PC has, I think, 32 gigs of RAM. Because I'm a maniac, and I was like, if I'm building a PC, I'm going all out. Anthony, I guess my question is, are you saying start a save with Chapa Coense, or start a journeyman in South America and work my way up to them? Because right now in FM19, they're still at the top level. I don't know how are they doing right now in their regular season. Like, are they gonna drop down? Don't go to Belarus. That's funny. Actually, before Loki announced that he was going to do a European journeyman, I thought about doing that as well, because the game seems to be like set up for Europe, right? Like that's where all the scouting is done, from like the people reporting to SI. 18. He's 18 lots. Scouting. Okay, Chase, so what happened last season, I guess? So Anthony, you're saying start with them. You're in the person that many players are loaned to chop it. Yeah, that was my impression as well. I don't know if the game is set up like that. Like if you load into FM19, I don't know if they have a bunch of loan players. I haven't looked. I did set up the save at one point just to see kind of what it looked like, but I can't remember all of that at this point. We'll tell Madden. Madden. Yeah, the old man Madden going out for an under 19 game. Here we go, boys. Get in, sir. Harvey Gilmore, let's get you some time. Look at all this goodness. Oh. I'm gonna try and loan these guys, I think. Hi, you have no match sharpness. Welcome to not having training facilities. And a really big roster. They finished 14th. I don't out of how many? Maybe that's compelling. If 14th means they got relegated, is that what you mean by Nega Nekojin? Are you saying that they got relegated? Because that would make it, more appealing. Dundalk. Tommy Tierney's not happy because I've tried to get rid of him. It's fair, mate. Okay, qualified for Copa Sudamericana first stage. I have a lot to learn. And that's why I would do some sort of a save in South America. It's because, okay, timeout. We'll get back to that. Should we change the size of the pitch? If we're going to do the 4-1-3-2 or the 4-3-1-2, should we change the dimensions? What do you think? What do you think, chat? I'm just gonna save while I'm waiting on chat to respond. Nervous. Oh, okay. You meant that most of their players were loanies. Gotcha. Inda, I have never managed in South America. Copa Libertadores is the Champions League, and the Sudamericana is Europa League equivalent. 14th gets you into the first round of the Europa League. I mean, I guess there's not as many countries. But goodness. No, not worth changing. If you get injuries and need to change tactics, it'll mess you up. Okay, I guess that's a fair thing, because we could play the 4-3-3 wide with the DM, and that would, you know, we'd want the width. We'll just leave it. Made the pitch narrow to get more long throws. Interesting. You gotta be kidding me. Zach O'Neill's gonna play whether we want him really to or not. And out for a day. And I mean, if you're gonna be injured, we're gonna bring on Blade. The Blade. And Scott Kelly. Most of the teams are playing either 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2, Richard. He is going to be expensive. Goodness. Okay, thank you. Have a good one. Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that, Marcus. Argentina and Brazil would have higher coefficients, and yeah, that would make sense. We don't want Blade being a target man. Although he knows it. Maybe we do. Sure. We'll see how it works. If we have to rotate. Go. Thank you. Oh, come on. I want to see a Zach O'Neil special. There we go. All right, boys. So let's go back to talking about merchandise again. Anthony, what if it was just an America's journeyman? Maybe that would give us more options. That's dirty right there. That was dirty. Is that a red? That's a straight red. Way to ruin a friendly. Both teams are trying to figure out if their systems work, and then you get a straight red. That's amazing. And we're not even dominating possession. Come on, guys, focus. Let's take this off. See how that looks. So one, if you know of any places that put out high quality merchandise, like custom merchandise, shirts, mugs, even patches, things like that, and they are UK or EU based, I'd like to hear about them. You can also tweet those at me if there's any particular ones. So that's the first thing. Because I think once we get to like either 50 patrons or 5,000 subscribers, something like that, I'd like to do that as like a celebratory thing. The second question is, would you be interested in something that was a mix between, like, what if it was my garage door opening and Zach O'Neil was poking his head out or something like that? Like combining the Zach O'Neil fan club with the garage door fan club. Is that too niche? Is that too niche of an idea? I'm looking for percentage we say this first. You're not meeting them. Boom. We're up a man. Let's go smack them around, boys. They've packed it in. I also thought about doing like something like this. This is what Howler magazine used to put out. It's like an iron-on patch, something like that. Doing like a GHG patch. I mean, obviously that doesn't look like that, but you know, the logo, something along those lines. So I thought with something of this thinness that I might be able to just mail it like myself, like first class mail, to avoid having to like, you know, ship it somewhere. And because that could be something I could do myself, right? Like I really wish I could maintain control, but I don't think if we do anything like shirts or mugs or scarves, just because the shipping costs, it's going to have to be done on the other side of the Atlantic, I guess is what I'll say. Zach might be too niche, but the garage door is in every series. Fair play. Fair play. I think it's actually a really good point. Oh, man. That. I like it. I like it. Switch them around. What are you good at, Marsh? Nothing. Why did I sign? No. We can afford to have somebody go running around. You go run around, mate. Or how about cancel that? He's not been able to play yet. Really? And then he can go run around. And we're going to go attacking. I know it's aggressive, but we are up a man. There you go, Spence. Nice job, sir. Okay, here you go. That praise was a little early, I think. Just a tad. I see chat. I'm gonna get to it in a second. I want to see if we can score another goal here, or if I take Spence off and bring on Hayes Ward as well. Lloyd with the turn. Oh, switching to the field. Nice. Davies out in space. Takes a touch. Drives it in. Oh, Terry the Blade. Terry the Blade with the karate kick. Okay. I think that'll be, you know what? We'll take Wilkinson off. Switch him around. I like it. I like it from Terry the Blade. We're going to give Hayes Ward a run out as the complete forward because, well, we need him to learn it. That was good stuff. I know I'm taking the goal scorer and the assist maker pretty much off immediately, but I think it makes sense as to why I'm doing it. Erich, you can come on, and Walsh. Everybody come in. Have some fun. Okay, so what we got here? Pekka, niche, to be honest, we're all looking live at FM19. I think we're all quite niche. I mean, if it was on an on-demand basis, then if somebody liked the design, if 4 people liked a Zach O'Neill garage door design, then 4 people could order it, right? And it wouldn't be like I was holding inventory or anything like that. Hold on. Things are happening. Oh, okay. Bernard. Good old Bernard. There he is. Oh, and the terrible cross. Marsh out to Martin. Look at that space. He all day long hanging out there. Ah, that was too easy. George Marsh by Gary Martin. The GM squared. Redbubble does some custom stuff in his offices in Europe, Australia, and the US. That covers most of your areas. Never checked what the financials are for creators, though. First touch on Terry can't be great. I've always said, because people ask me like 1,000 subscribers ago, like, hey, you should put up merch or something like that. And I have always maintained I want it to be good. Like, I want it to be good merchandise. I don't want to get into the situation where my name is associated with like a garbage product, right? Like, I don't want to put out a nice design on a t-shirt on a t-shirt that sucks and like you don't want to wear, if that makes sense, right? Like I want the whatever, like whether it's terry cloth or like where you open up and you're like, okay, that is a nice shirt. I feel justified in the purchase price I paid, because I feel like what I see online a lot from like Twitch creators and stuff like that is like they'll put out a t-shirt, it's $25, and I just go like, is it really worth that, or am I just cheap? I would want to make sure it was a high quality product, and then obviously you have to have a high quality product with a good design. A Blade is on loan. Is he a transfer target? They are trying to get him enough games to where, because he can't get a work permit. We'll take a look at it though, and we're going to save. So let's do that first. All right, Barry. So you've sold on Redbubble. Like, what have you bought and sold? I don't know. I'm just a stickler. Like I like personalized. I like high quality. Like I want it to be something where if somebody buys something from me, they're getting a good product out of the deal, and it's not just a, hey, I'm throwing GHG a couple bucks, right? Because again, shirts and shipping and all that, it's not cheap. So I want it to be something where like someone's gonna like go like, I'm happy to put this on, right? I felt like I got good value for my dollar or euro or pound sterling or whatever. We're just gonna rest you like 4 days, mate. Like, you makes me nervous that you're getting nicked up. Terry the Blade. Can I just offer him a contract? I think we're gonna try it. He's gonna want. Oh wait. They're paying him 37. We can't pay that. We can't pay that. That won't work. The board won't allow that. You guys are saying do it. I'm gonna try. I don't think it's gonna work though. Yeah. There's one to consider. Physical blocks financial muscle. Come on, Crystal Palace. We'll pay it. We'll pay the loan fee. I wish that was an option where I could be like, hey, could you sign him? Like, extend his contract, and then we'll pay him. Wait until his contract expires. Okay. I'm a little worried he's going to do so well for us, somebody else is going to pick him up. My friends, we'll get 25 minutes. This is your fair warning, 25 minutes. Okay, Barry, thanks. So you bought shirts and mugs as gifts. Quality's been fine. Shirts, phone cases, all sorts. And it's free to open an account and take a look at it. So, okay. I guess, you know, I have to also ask, and I guess this would be something I would ask you all, or maybe I ask in a video or ask my patrons or something like that, if there's enough demand to justify looking into it, right? Like, if you're going to sell 3 shirts and you're going to make $4 in each shirt and you have to do a lot of work, because I don't have any designs, right? So like that's a huge upfront thing, right? Is like to go do a lot of work from that standpoint, and then, you know, I obviously Lujo makes sense. You got 50,000 subscribers, put out merch. People are, like, if 1% of your population buys it, like, you're selling a ton of stuff, and that makes it worth it. So is it worth it at 4,800 subscribers, right? Again, I thought about doing like a patch thing like this. Obviously not that design. As like a 2020, like I guess I'd have to have already announced it. That's a long time to wait. But like a way to thank like 1-year patrons, like having like a 1-year badge type thing. Involving the community with designs could be good. Also, best design goes on a t-shirt or something. Yeah. I would definitely do that. Because it kind of... Our present financial situation. Oh, yeah, that one. The credit card's maxed out. Okay. Barry, thanks. 8 to 10,000 people across a few social medias. Best month that you make it 250. So it's like, you know, is the juice worth the squeeze? You try to get a second mystery kit and the website wasn't working? They've been advertising a lot recently. Have you tried tweeting at the guy? Keep scouting that guy. You're a master MS Paint. Good luck in the competition, Pekka. Yeah, I think the code still works, Marcus. Even if, I mean, there's other codes you could find. It doesn't really matter. It's not like I don't make like $4 off of a referral or anything like that. Well, okay, so we got 31 people here, or 30. It just dropped. What are? Do you guys do anything else? I mean, is FM like your thing, or? Oh, okay. He's not that good anyway. Hey, they've increased. Well, now riddle me this. I'll come back to what I was saying eventually. The other seasons, we were expected to go down, even though we were getting into the Europa League. The season after we don't get into the Europa League, they expect us to finish 4th. That's curious. Gordon, have you missed any signings? I don't know if you were here with the crashes or not. Hold on, let me get these guys some game time. I wish I could. Is there a way? I don't think because if I say set all, it's gonna set everybody. I don't want that. Just a second. No tired legs from European competition. That's true. Okay. I just auto number. I don't know if that bothers anybody. I just auto number. I like playing FM, but not enough to like oh, okay, I probably should have set those guys to have under 19s. Seriously, stop getting sick. Stop it. Go home with your flu. Why is that even an option? Like, it should just be go home. Like, go home. Go away. Sorry, I'm going to tell all these guys not to play because we got another one right after this game. No. There we go. Yeah, Barry, you can. Thanks for asking first. Yeah, you can drop stuff in the chat. That's cool, man. You and I've chatted on Discord. We're good. I meant to get back with you, but I didn't. So, my bad, homie. Let's rest Marsh because he's played a bunch. Bring Erich back in. I want to start like kind of solidifying who we have here. And Martin can go back here. You hang back. That's how we go. Richard Kennedy, have subscribers do the design, take some of the work out for me. Well, yeah, you don't want me designing it. Holy cow, you definitely don't want me designing it. So that's a must. In a perfect world, I'm a big believer, right? Like, people believe enough in what I do on YouTube as a creative, right? Like, that's what this is. To contribute to me financially. I am a big proponent of taking that and paying it forward. And so, I think this is okay to talk about. Barry and I have gone back, talked a little bit, because Barry does art. And I just need to get back to Barry about that. But I do believe in paying folks for, like, if I hired somebody to create a new logo for the channel, or to create a design for a t-shirt or a mug or what have you, right? I'm a big believer in paying somebody. It's just, you have to look at it then from the business side and go like, okay, how do you forecast demand for that? Right? Like, you pay X amount to an artist to create a design. Well, then you have to sell Y of product to at least make it an even. And obviously, if I'm doing all this work, I need it to be more than what I paid the artist, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure, like, that's the things that go through my brain. It's like, you know, I believe in taking leaps of faith, and I have a lovely community. I'm not saying I don't, but we don't have 50,000 people here. We have 4,700, 4,800. So how much is really worth it? And do you only roll out one product, or you make it a specialized product? Or, you know, that's why I like the idea of having like a 1-year patron badge. I think that's like a simple, cool thing that I could do. And like, I would eat the cost for that. I wouldn't sell those badges to my patrons. I would say like, this is you've been supporting me for 12 months. You're awesome. And like, it's kind of like Twitch subs, where you've got like the 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, and all the different things that you can get access to. Emotes. Pass. Oh, Gary Hayes Ward. I mean, Wilkinson gets to it, and he gets the assist for that. I don't think that's accurate. But it's just one of those things. So like, do you do some sort of a pre-order, right? Could you say, I'm looking at having this done, and I need to know how many people would be interested, but can you trust those numbers, right? Like, is everything I'm saying making sense, right? Like, because if I go, like, I would be hesitant to say, hey, let's run a contest, and a bunch of people do all this work, and then people vote on it, and then one design gets used, and then the other X number of people that did designs are potentially upset, you know? Or maybe, like, I cringe when I hear like, you do it for exposure, right? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. So I feel like I just rambled a little bit there, but these are the things that I think about as a creator and going like, okay, that would be cool if we could have a mug or a scarf or a badge or a shirt or whatever. How many people would actually buy it? And how would I pay the artist for it? Would I pay them up front? Would I make it a percentage of the sales? Like, are they going to be comfortable with that? You know, whatever. I'm going to stop talking about it because I've rambled a bit. I'm far from pleased. We're up 2-0, guys. It's fine. Everything's fine. We do have a game coming up, though. So let's do this. Danny Lloyd, how you doing, mate? Let's do this. It's a strange looking diamondish situation. I think that's all the changes we're going to make. You die from exposure is what you like to say. Yeah, right? And like, that's how I feel about it. So I'm never going to be in a position, and I know I said I was going to stop talking about it, but then you guys chatted, so I think I'm justified. I don't want to be in the position to be like, well, I mean, the exposure would be really good for you. Like, I won't do that. But I also won't burn my money, you know, like, I don't like lighting money on fire. I'd be like, well, I just spent, well, I don't know how much it would cost, right? And got nothing out of it. So it's like, it's a tricky situation. That was a nice counterattack. I'm going to go ahead and demand more. Michael O'Halloran. Sorry if I butchered your name. You play Civ 6. Would you do a video on that? My understanding of Civ 6 is it is incredibly complex and would probably break my brain. But I'm willing to be told otherwise. That's just my take on it. Oh, he does know the attack. Really? Come on, Danny McVeigh. Does anybody in here, of the 31 of you, or anybody who happens to watch this video, forever long video, do play or anything like that D&D? Out of park baseball, like stuff like that. I go like that's as in depth as Football Manager, and that's kind of a problem. We Are Billions. I think it's a better streaming game. Used to play D&D. The last time was many years ago. In real life D&D? Well, not. No, I don't know anybody in real life that plays D&D. I mean, or maybe they do, and I just don't know. More of a some sort of a stream setup with that. I'm just gonna rest everybody. We have a game in 2 days. It's crazy talk, and we're saving. This will be the last game, I think, and then we'll wrap up the stream. Bad idea. I got into D&D and wanted to play in a group, and I couldn't find one online. And so I went to, there's a Reddit for looking for a game, and joined that Discord and said, I'll be the DM. So I am 4.5 months into being a DM for the first time, having never played D&D, and I do it via Discord. And we record it. I mean, we don't record it. I'm thinking about recording it is what I'm trying to say. But we do it via voice. So we don't have, it's a theater of the mind. We don't use like Roll20 or any of the online tabletops. So I guess my question is, like, if that was a thing, would people watch that? We are rotating. Harry White's played every game. Galbraith has played every game. We don't have anybody! I guess we could switch it up. Bring our wingers in. Let's try that for the last game. Used to be personalized Anchorman. Okay, hold on. I can't look at chat and do this at the same time. My brain just does not function in that way. Whoop. Let's just clean slate it. I will see you in a second, chat. I'm working on it. We're getting there. How many games has he played? 4 with a sub, 2 with 2 subs, 4 with a sub. Terry, come on down, sir. Can you see the schedule real quick? Sure. I got you, Anthony. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do it in person, but I'm just not there yet. I've never done a network save. FM Birch Hill Fan 121. Pekka, with the right group, it's fun to listen to, but if you're talking about niches as niches you can get. True. That's true. So I'm going to scroll here, and if you need to pause for a second, Chase, to look at the schedule, go ahead. I just want to get to this last game because I do have like a pretty firm stop here at 5. In 9 minutes, I should say. Ethan Galbraith as top player. Okay, right. Lovely. 38 people here, 3 hours in. Man, I'm blown away. It's just unbelievable. I really appreciate it. Oh, Neil, you're saying you just found out it's Baldur's Gate and the second one are based on D&D mechanics. Maybe that's would that be a adequate way to work through that? Do something like what's the new one? Is it Pillars of Destiny 2? Would that be like a happy medium? Because I mean, honestly, yeah, setting up a stream is like, or not setting up a stream, but recording 5 people playing D&D via Discord is a lot of work. So maybe doing something like that would be better. Okay. Yeah, Anthony, right. It has definitely stretched me. And that's what I liked, right? Like it has forced me. I do have a good group. I told the group when I set it up that I'd never been a DM and I was looking for people that had never played, so that, you know, we had that understanding kind of going into it. So it's not like, you know, hey, I've been playing for 25 years and you're an idiot because you don't know all the rules. Like, we've been learning together. I do have I'd say 2 of the 4 players have played at least a decent enough amount. One of them is in like 5 campaigns, which I'm like, man, to be in college again or university or whatever you guys call it. I'm like, how do you have 5 campaigns that you're and keep it all straight? But whatever. Okay, that works, Thompson. I was gonna say don't 2-footed lunge, and then skies it. So they've been very gracious to me in terms of like, there's times where I'm like, okay, remind me again how grapple works, because I don't know what just happened. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of learn it through that way. And also, like, I just ran my first, like, we're wrapping up like the starter set adventure, and one of the guys wasn't gonna make it, and so I wrote my own, like, not kind of like a one shot, but kind of tying to the next adventure that I'm gonna tie it to, like one of the printed adventures. And it went really well, kind of like thinking through all those things. So you know, Zach O'Neill's not had the best preseason, and it was so promising. It was so promising before the game crashed. It was so promising. Hey, Locke, you're back. Yeah, how was dinner? Yeah, man, I said I was gonna go till either March 23rd in the game or 5. So I got 5 more minutes, and we're down a man. The reset killed Zach. It's a fix. I think it's true. Oh gosh, I mean, I know I've got stuck in on guys, but you know, wisely get stuck in. Oh, I thought they was just passing that out of bounds. In the bin. Oh no. Oh no. We got Locke in trouble. I mean, I'm not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. Are you laughing? Apparently, our attacking wingers and strikers are allowed to step on their players. Terry the Blade, living up to his name, smacks it home. Oh, that's amazing. Chase, you're in college, totally not procrastinating a midterm that you have tomorrow. Mate, don't fail because of me. So did the takeaway come, Locke? I guess that's the question. Just leave it. Let's go. We're down a man. I'm not expecting us to win this game or to draw it, to be honest with you. Although we do have an anchor man, so maybe we have an anchor man. Hopefully that reference makes. Anyway, hopefully you see what I'm putting down and you're picking it up, boys. Boy, this is Turdage. I mean, what are we supposed to do with this business? I meant to sub him out anyway. This is all damage control. Damage control, damage control! Encourage? Oh, 3 people like the encourage. Terry the Blade, Rowan, and our goalkeeper. It's a rarity to have the encourage work these days. Oh! Wait. That was our free kick. Where was that going? Collins? And why did anybody chase it? I smell a conceded goal coming. Okay, Walsh. Nice. Bernard. Okay. All right. Okay, I was wrong. He says ambitiously. McVeigh. Spence. Oh, lovely, Spence. You played that to nobody. Yeah, that's how we like to do it. That was passing it into all of the space. Or maybe he was just like, Terry the Blade's going to go step on somebody. That's what he's anticipating. He's like, oh, Terry's got this. Now here comes the goal. Yeah, I said it too early, didn't I? I thought when we won the ball back, I was like, okay. The worst this is going to be is a missed shot on target for us. Oh, 2 yellow cards come together, and Boylan is the one that gets sent off. Come on, boys. Love it. Love it. Oh, man. This is good stuff. You actually know what you actually don't know what a DM is. I don't know why I said that. And he's been playing wide midfielder. Lovely. Get it done, boys. I thought he was going to shoot. A lot more open space out there to pass into, boys. Deflected off the post. McVeigh plays it back. What are we doing? Oh, what are we, like, Barcelona? Man City? Tiki-taka? Yeah, that's fine. There's three guys in the box. Just, pass it around the opposition forward. Brandon's like, I'm going to take my shot. Oh, plays into space. Terry the Blade. Oh, he takes a shot first time. Oh, what a way to end the stream. That was amazing. Terry the Blade. Stepping on people. Yes, I'm going to say I'm happy. That might not have been the right thing to say, but I'm going to say it. All right, let's look at the schedule. We have our first league game. You're not obviously going to see it. Oh, boy. How am I going to get... Let's save. And then we'll chat. I don't have enough time tonight to get us to the 23rd. My goal was to bring us back for the Ireland game. So probably tomorrow you're going to see another American Rescue. I've got to edit and upload it, but I've already got it recorded. I think. I hope I do. So, yeah. There'll be something up on the channel bar, but it's not going to be this. Because I mean, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games to go. And then I'm to the Ireland national team on the 23rd. So that's going to take me a while. That won't be tomorrow. Yeah, that's where we're at, friends. I mean, if you haven't hit the like on the stream, if you wouldn't mind to do that, I appreciate all of you sticking around and chatting. And if you came and left or joined late or left early, if you're watching this back later, something like that, to have 30 plus people stay the entire time for 3 hours is kind of monumental. That's so awesome. Like, I hope you guys know, I feel like I tell at least my patrons this a lot, but I think I mentioned it on videos, but like, I am so thankful for this community. I'm thankful for, if you, quote, just watch the videos and hit like and comment, like that is a meaningful thing for a channel of my size. If you watch the ads on top of that, that's meaningful. If you support on Patreon on top of that, that's meaningful. I'm blown away by today. Man, just kind of blown away. So I've got a dinner I got to go to. I appreciate everybody sticking around. Have a good one. You guys are legends. We'll see you later.